We're in a 2-story house today, working on a repipe. I'll take you through the process, sending pipe, drilling, dropping lines, backing out the old pipes, and tying it back all in together. Let's get it. Here I'm drilling the holes for some drops. Placement is everything. Holes are drilled in the middle of the studs and lined up so the pipes won't cross or rub. This makes it cleaner and easier to strap later. You see me dropping pipe down through the holes. Each drop needs to fall in line with the fixture it serves. Keeping it neat now prevents headaches later when we're hooking up the manifolds and fixtures. After we get the pipes dropped, first step is to back out the old pipes so they're not in the way when we hook up the new pipes, and also the new pipes won't be in the way when we're trying to back out the old pipes. See us cutting out this old support. On most showers they're supported with either a 2x4 or a 1x4, and for us to access those valves we'll have to move that to put our fittings on to hook our pipes to. After we do all that, we'll put some new support back there to hold that shower valve in place. We're extra careful when we're working with these valves not to let that blade go through and hit that tile or fiberglass that the shower's made out of, because they'll easily crack or break. You also don't want to hit any drain pipes or wires running back there, and you want to steer clear of that blade and the valve. Keep everything clean and professional and be careful with what you're doing. A common problem we run into with new apprentices is when they're tightening these fittings onto these shower valves, they over tighten them and crack the valve, and I end up having to replace the whole valve out of pocket. So if you're working with me, be extra careful when you're tightening these fittings on. You don't need to go around it a bunch of times. Maybe 3 circles is fine, three full loops, and it should be solid. We'll air it up and test it, and if it's leaking by, we'll give it another extra tighten, but you don't want to crack that valve. A problem you might run into with new apprentices is when they're trying to back out these old pipes by the toilet and their pipe wrenches slip or channel locks slip and they crack the porcelain. You got to be extra careful. Also, you see me tightening that little nut at the top. If it's dripping from the tank, you just give that little nut a tighten, it should stop dripping. So we want to insulate every inch of the pipe. You'll see me putting this insulation on after I screwed it in. Sometimes that'll work. Sometimes you'll have to put the insulation on before you screw that support on. anytime we're on a job, whether we're in the bathroom, the attic, the garage, underneath the house, we always want to leave it cleaner than we found it. So right here is a good spot to put that insulation on before you screw these straps in, because if you screw those straps in first, it's going to be real hard to properly put that insulation on that pipe, because you won't be able to get your hand or that insulation up in that little hole. You'll see me moving this insulation around. What I'm actually doing is making sure there's no wires or anything that's going to get damaged when I put that sawzall back there, because that's a real risk. If you hit a wire, we're going to have to call an electrician out to get it fixed. And that finishes up the repipe here in this two-story home. Every pipe was sent, drilled, dropped, adjusted when needed, and tied back in the right way. The goal with a repipe isn't just to move water from point A to point B, it's to build a system that's clean, secure, and reliable for years and years to come. That's why we take the extra time to line up our holes, return a drop if it's off, and triple check every connection. When we walk away from a job like this, I know the homeowners have a system they can trust, and that's what makes the work worth it. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next project.